Hey there, in today's video, I am going to talk about members of a company. In relation to a company, a member under Section 2, subsection 55 of Companies Act 2013 means first, all the subscribers to the memorandum of the company. They are deemed to have agreed to become members of the company, and after registration of the company, their name is entered in Register of Members. Second, every other person who agrees to become a member of a company in writing and whose name is entered on the register of members. Third, every person holding shares of the company and whose name is entered as beneficial owner in the records of a depository. Therefore, a shareholder is also a member of the company. Although the term shareholder and member are used interchangeably, member is a broader term. Companies limited by guarantee and unlimited companies may not have shareholders, as such companies may not have share capital. However, they have members. Hence, we can rightly say that every shareholder of a company is known as member, while every member may not be known as shareholder. Further question is, who all can be members of a company? Subject to the MOA, any sui juris, that is, a person who is competent to contract except the company itself, can become a member of a company. However, it is important to note the following points in relation to a certain organization and persons. First is company as a member of another company. A company is a legal person and so is competent to contract. Therefore, it can become a member of any other company. However, it must be authorized by its MOA to invest in the shares of that company or any other company. Also, a company cannot become member of itself. As per Section 19 of Companies Act 2013, a subsidiary company cannot become a member of its holding company. However, a subsidiary can hold shares in its holding company only under the following exceptional circumstances. The first is where the subsidiary company holds a share as a legal representative of a deceased member of the holding company, or where the subsidiary company holds such shares as a trustee, or third, where the subsidiary company is a shareholder even before it became a subsidiary company of the holding company. Next point is limited liability partnership, trade unions, as well as Section 8 companies can become a member of a company. Now the main question arises, that is, can minor become a member of a company, and also can insolvent become a member of a company? Regarding to minor as member, a member who is not a sui juris, that is, a minor, is wholly incompetent to enter into a contract and as such cannot become a member of a company. Consequently, an agreement by a minor to take shares in is void ab initio. It has been held by the Company Law Board that an agreement in writing for a minor to become a member may be signed on behalf of the minor by his lawful guardian, and the registration of transfer of shares in the name of the minor acting through his or her lawful guardian, especially where the shares are fully paid, cannot be refused on the ground of the transferee being as a minor, which was held in the case of Ms. Nandita Jain vs. Bennett Colony. After attaining majority, the minor, if he do not want to be a member, must repudiate his liability on the shares on ground of minority, and if he does so, the company cannot plead estoppel on the ground of his having received dividends during his minority, or that he had fraudulently misrepresented his age in his application for shares, which was held in the case of Sadiq Ali vs. Jay Kishori. And the last point is, if shares are transferred to a minor, the transferor will remain liable for all future calls on such shares so long as they are held by the minor, even if the transferor was ignorant of his minority. If the company knows of his minority, it may refuse to register the transfer unless the transfer was made through the guardian. And the next thing is insolvent as a member. An insolvent may be a member of a company as long as he is on the register of members. He is entitled to vote, but he loses all beneficial interest in the shares, and company will pay dividend on his shares to the official assignee or receiver.